The Coast Guard is warning of a tsunami approaching the area. Residents should avoid roads and waterfronts. The Coast Guard is warning of a tsunami approaching the area. Residents should avoid roads and waterfronts. The Coast Guard is warning of a tsunami approaching the area. Residents should avoid roads and waterfronts. The Coast Guard is warning of a tsunami approaching the area. Residents should avoid roads and waterfronts. Guard is warning of a tsunami approaching the area. Residents should avoid roads and waterfronts. The Coast Guard is warning of a tsunami approaching the area. Residents should avoid roads and waterfronts. A tsunami has struck the city. Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes. A tsunami has struck the city. Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes. Astrologists report that a devastating meteor will strike the city in the near future. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any is available. A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is available. Geologists predict that a sinkhole could strike at any minute. Residents should take precautionary measures. A sinkhole has occurred somewhere in the city. Stay out of harm's way and contact authorities with any information. Astrologists report that a devastating meteor will strike the city in the near future. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any is available.
Meteorologists have issued a severe tornado warning for the area. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any is available. Geologists predict that a sinkhole could strike at any minute. Residents should take precautionary measures. Meteorologists have issued a severe tornado warning for the area. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any is available.
Astrologists report that a devastating meteor will strike the city in the near future. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any is available. A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is available. A tornado has touched down in the area. Seek shelter immediately if any is available. A sinkhole has occurred somewhere in the city. Stay out of harm's way and contact authorities with any information. A tornado has touched down in the area. Seek shelter immediately if any is available. A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is available. A meteor strike, avoid the impact. Astrologists report that a devastating meteor will strike the city in the near future. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any is available. Astrologists report that a devastating meteor will strike the city in the near future. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any is available. Astrologists report that a devastating meteor will strike the city in the near future. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any is available.
Meteorologists have issued a severe tornado warning for the area. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any is available.
A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is available. A tornado has touched down in the area. Seek shelter immediately if any is available. A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is available.
Meteorologists have issued a severe tornado warning for the area. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any is available. Geologists predict that a sinkhole could strike at any minute. Residents should take precautionary measures.
A meteor strike has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter if any is available. A tornado has touched down in the area. Seek shelter immediately if any is available. A sinkhole has occurred somewhere in the city. Stay out of harm's way and contact authorities with any information. A sinkhole has occurred somewhere in the city. Stay out of harm's way and contact authorities with any information. Astrologists report that a devastating meteor will strike the city in the near future. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any is available.
But while some disaster is still here in this area, scientists were focusing on about that as to why that is happening. But they believed that as the area in the little suburbs was the area that actually had the most disasters that ever was in the UK. The little local pub that at the start and everybody grabbed onto something and moved up. Some people even tried to survive. By going on some of the equipment. It was just as then the city was on the edge. But now it was a time where doom came into place. But also about 100 cities in the nearby area. Couple of cities and towns in the nearby area struck by disasters as well, destroyed in mid-seconds. But to destroy this place took a long time. Tornado was starting. Everything was starting to calm down. It was just a tornado, but the people started to move out of the city, the last ones. They finally got to see green, nice, lovely green. One of them having looked at the straw hole around the city. It is now time to move on to the next. It's time to make a new suburb, but way more safer from the last one. They wanted to actually have a nice, more lovely city. But with the last of their money, well, they knew what to do with it. To help all the citizens to regain from all the destroyed, abandoned cities. America was the worst, even worse than England. The world was struck, even Greenland. Many islands as well was destroyed by meteorites. The city, every wing, was absolutely destroyed and hoarded. But back in the days, it was just like the same. But it's just something that hits all the time. All the citizens that were in the last city most likely move over here. A much more better area to make a city. Or even they wanted to know what they should do. So people were being told what the city should be, a city or still the little suburbs. People wanted a city. Everybody was excited to have their first city. But there was not much going on yet. A lot of people was also just suggesting to have billions of stuff not to be built, such as parks and wonderful places for people to enjoy. But these days, people look at a cat and think it's a nightmare machine. But making a city was harder than making a little, was even harder than making a little suburbs, of course. But some people did believe, though, as a city has always had to have a happy end, where all the citizens and some citizens die and some make it safely. But not a lot of people actually made it through all the disasters. The world was all happy, and with the last people going to some islands. The last islands that were actually there on the planet. All the citizens were so sad about their old city. Some citizens would even do anything just to get back to it. But they weren't allowed to go to it anymore. Never or never again. But to make a city, you'll need also roads and power, which wasn't really, which was a bit easy to actually do. But this was just a little bit of the suburbs area. This wasn't even going to be the city bit yet. This whole entire block, this whole entire space what they had here was going to be a little suburbs. And they'll buy new plots to expand their city. people were now starting to get energized doing all of this. Without the help of the government. The government did die though in the disaster event. But if they did not have that one government, all of them would be wiped off this planet, never to be seen again. But a new government was chosen. It wasn't a nasty government, it was actually an okay government to have. But people do not know his name yet, as he is only new as the government. Everybody was now starting to calm down from the event of all those thousands of disasters. But as some people did say it, not everyone survives in a natural disaster. It's okay to die in natural disasters. It's not going to be like in the world if you die. Some people died in disasters. Very important people also died in disasters. But when you say a disaster is striking, you never tell a lie about disaster actually striking. If you know it's a disaster is striking, you need to tell everyone you know and love. If they don't have radio, it's very important to give notice to other people in your nearby neighbourhood, to let people know as there is going to be disasters hitting. And that is a helpful advice for many people. But that's how millions of people survive natural disasters. Disasters have been there since the start of this planet, actually ever. When there was just solid lava. There's still meteorites hitting, volcanoes erupting as well. This suburbs will be much more better and stronger to live. It was just as known as maybe it's the best idea to actually keep something there's always something or somebody wants to be alone. Sometimes in an actual disaster. Sometimes some people want to die in a disaster and they walk straight into it to die. But some people just kill themselves before they even see it. It's called suicide. It's called suiciding themselves. That means you want to kill your own body. You want to kill yourself. You want to kill yourself because you don't kill yourself for no reason. When you kill yourself for no reason, that's really just a dumb example. A lot of people kill themselves even when a disaster is being said to come to the city in the immediate future. But citizens in certain cities aren't as proud about these disasters. They destroy their homes and everything. But now people can actually now enjoy some peace for the following 2 years, and that'll be how long all disasters will have to take to recover. the nearby old suburbs was only just across. Was just across. But the new city had to have a name. It was officially called Portburg. Everybody was nice and lovely and happy with that name. But some people weren't happy with it, and they just wanted to stay in the old, destroyed, decayed cities. But all around the globe, there was new cities being built in the green. From all the cities being destroyed and then turned into black. But now people are now deciding what to do. About now, millions of people want nature to now live in peacefully. Billions of wild animals were happy again. Going through the winter bovines, happy and peaceful with the green. No pollution. Going to the lake, going to the nearby sea to have a fresh dip and drink of water. Nature was coming together now. But more people moved in, and more houses. But they also needed to have something to keep their payments nicely done. To enter into the city, you'll need a bit of money. It sounds a bit of a dumb idea, but if they do not have this, they could not survive. The disaster levels would lower and lower. Until it was rare to have disasters now in this country again. All citizens would have to pay to get in the city.
Come get dressed, please. This way. Mummy's room. No, Mummy's room. Mummy's room.
But just in case of disasters do strike, they would have something that would be very important to them. Short radio mast. People called it. A lot of people call it a communication tower with disasters. Car crashes were eventually now coming together themselves. Almost about half of the population calmed down, but also about 100 people were mutated in the disaster frequency of the time being. Mutated is not a good sign. It's where you start to turn because you're in a different environment that you aren't supposed to be in. Like, perhaps in a tornado that you described, that's different. We shouldn't be in that area for way too long. But this is why basements and all that stuff are made for for everyone to keep shelter. Emergency bunkers, they are very important as well. Even you never know what will happen to the tectonic plates when they start to move again. So you never know what's going to happen. They could just stay like that for millions of years, which they probably will. But then it was now time to get in a bit of faculty. You also had to pay to get in. You also have to pay to get in the faculty, as the faculty would be very important. And the city needed a lot of money. But from the last of people money, they had to do it. But if they donated money to them, they could save all humanity. So people remembered that. Bunch of people so happy about this. The new sanctuary is being built, and so were animals in the sanctuary as well. But sometimes it's not always good to do certain stuff. To help the citizens, some citizens, they don't want to be in the emergency bunker. Some citizens, they just want to be in their own bunkers underneath their house. But a lot more people were in the city. About 300 people were already in the city in about a month. Citizens were happy as well, but they decided to make their own radio. So people can drive peacefully whilst listening to songs. But the city was all normal. Some citizens didn't even mind about all the disasters that struck months ago. Billions of people came to the city, even as known as mutated people. But as people knew this, a lot of people had to be harder, as to be allowed to shoot people. The mutated people would do anything to live for their own selves. But the radio came offline, which was actually weird, because the radio, everybody hated it. it made them get sick actually. But police were all happy. Criminals in holding cells, about 7. But just in case of fires, there's also everything built for citizens. The little lovely suburbs was destroyed for many of years. Forever and ever probably. Nobody could probably refix the little suburbs. But a bigger city would be coming. I finally had some power. The Willow District had power and also now faculty. Citizens really wanted their garbage to be taken for a bit. But they found out how to do everything. It was now the future. It was now 2020. New Year celebration came. Everybody was excited for the New Year, but they had no idea what was coming for them. It wasn't a new disease. It was something way more different. When they bought a new plot to expand, it was getting hotter and hotter. But then a forest fire broke out, going faster than speed. All of them were going down, being destroyed. But it was now time to do what everybody wished for. A city to be built. But many suburbs never got a chance to do that. But all billions of population was getting way more bigger. A lot more citizens were happy with their lives. And the new city that was going to be built was coming. Everyone was so excited to see the newly built city. but because they're near them in a nearby forest, those abandoned coast.
The Forest Service has stated that there is a risk of an imminent forest fire in the area. Residents are advised to avoid forested areas.
Was found. They wanted to rebuild it, so they did, but then instantly they found its forest on fire. Well, a nearby city was going to be stronger than anything. The construction had to stop for a couple of days. But a bunch more people wanted the city to be rebuilt.
The Forest Service has stated that there is a risk of an imminent forest fire in the area. Residents are advised to avoid forested areas.
Everyone was happy, but they can make another bit of the city. They knew how to make bridges, so why could they not make a city on the island? They were going to make another bit of a city on an island. But not on a big island, only on a small one. Which was big enough actually to make a city bit, to make an area for a city. Billions of citizens were satisfied, but also so are the undead, people that were ghosts, that used to be a part of their big giant town, but that fall to their death. We will have to have some piping to make sure the city could have some water for the citizens to drink. The city was going to be built soon, but it will take a bit of a long time. Tomorrow would be the day where everything would strike. The world would be happy again. everybody to be the same.